جعلنا لكم عليهم سلطانا مبينا. صدق الله العظيم. Continuing with the bayan of the munafiqun, the hypocrites, that one group of them came from Mecca Mukarramah to Medina Munawwarah. They exposed Islam, and then they started shifting once again towards Mecca Mukarramah. And once they got to Mecca, they became disbelievers once again. And from the very beginning, they didn't have Iman, but they made some excuses and went back towards Mecca. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed these ayat that the believer should not dispute in their matter. These people are clear munafiqun and hypocrites. Further, the Quran Kareem says, verse 89 of Surah An-Nisa, وَدُّوا لَوْ تَكْفُرُونَ كَمَا كَفَرُوا, that just as they have disbelieved, they would like and they would love that you also disbelieve. The Quran Kareem is addressing the believers and saying, وَدُّوا, they, the munafiqun, they would love that you also become disbelievers just like them. كَمَا كَفَرُوا فَتَكُونُونَ سَوَاءً. Then what that means, that you will all be equal. That they are disbelievers and you are disbelievers. This is one quality of criminals as well. That a criminal likes to have other people joining him. And it makes it easier to commit a crime psychologically and in committing it itself as well. One is that a person himself does it, other is that he has friends with him that are also doing it. Right? Often a person, if he's going to do something bad, he'll tell someone or he'll ask someone to join him. Why? So that it gives him moral support, in his wrong. So the Quran Kareem is addressing this issue, that they would also like this, that they are not happy with your Iman, and they would love that you become the same. So you should be wary of them. You should be aware of their tricks and their plots and what they desire. فَلَا تَتَّخِذُوا مِنْهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءَ, that do not take any awliya from amongst them. What does awliya mean? Awliya means such a friend or such people that a person keeps them so close to them that now their habits start rubbing off on you. One is to have a cordial relationship with people, right? That we obviously say that the person keeps a cordial relationship with non-believers and everyone. But time and again the Quran Kareem says that disbelievers cannot be taken as awliya. So awliya means that a person makes someone so close that now their thoughts, their behavior, the things they hold true and close to them, that starts rubbing off on the believers as well. So this should not happen. This cannot happen. This is impermissible. So the Quran Kareem says, فَلَا تَتَّخِذُوا مِنْهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءَ. That how you deal with them is that you do not adopt them and take them as confidants, if you want to say. حَتَّى يُهَاجِرُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, until they make hijrah in the path of Allah. Hijrah in the Sharia is used for multiple meanings. One meaning of hijrah was in the initial Islam, and a specific hijrah which was from Mecca Mukarramah to Medina. That hijrah with the Sahaba, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, all of them, they made, except those that were mustad'afin, those that were weak, they could not afford, or they were unable to, whether health reasons, whatever, they had excuses which they could not make hijrah and migrate because of. That was excused. But at that time, that was one fard hijrah. Right? Some ulama even went to the extent and say that at that time, the condition, the shart of Iman in Islam was that a person would have to make hijrah unless they had a valid excuse. But at least this much was accepted, or is accepted, that at that time, hijrah towards Medina Munawwarah was fard. After that, after the conquest of Mecca, this became mansukh, abrogated. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in the famous hadith, لا هجرة بعد الفتح ولكن جهاد ونية, that there is no wajib or obligatory hijrah, from Mecca Mukarramah to Medina Munawwarah, that is left. The second hijrah that is used in Sharia is from any place of kufr, from any place of disbelief to a domain of Islam. What is known as from Darul Kufr to Darul Iman, Darul Islam. This is also hijrah, that a person says that I will no longer stay in a place of kufr where everywhere around me the environment is only that of kufr, but rather for my own protection of my iman and the protection of the iman of my progeny, that I will leave and go to a Darul Islam. This is also a type of hijrah, and it is something which is praiseworthy. The third is that a person does hijrah from any Darul Ma'siyah, any place of sin. to a darul ita'a, meaning the environment he is in, this is not conducive for him. That the friends that he has maybe in that locality, and that place has become such that it's no longer appropriate for him, for his iman, that he stays in such a place. That it's not conducive for his iman to stay in that place anymore. Because he's staying there, the type of people that are around, that it makes it very hard for him to practice. So now he leaves that person and that place and goes to darul ita'a or darul ta'a, where there is no disobedience, or it's easier for him to obey the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The fourth type, which is necessary for each and every person, any given moment, wherever you are, whatever your situation may be in, and that is the inner hijrah. The Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam in the hadith, he says, "Al-Muslim man salima al-Muslimuna min lisanihi wa yadihi, wal-muhajir man hajara ma nahallahu anhu." That the true muhajir, the true person who has done hijrah, is that person who does hijrah from disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Meaning it's not a physical migration. You're not moving your house. You're not going from one country to another, or one place to another place. Rather, you have made this intention, and you have made this firm intention that you will leave sin. You're doing hijrah of sin towards the hijrah obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? So this is a hijrah wherever a person is. Even if he's in a Darul Islam, whether he's in Mecca, whether he's in Medina, wherever it is. Yani these hadith were said where? They weren't said in America. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said it in Hijaz, in Medina Munawwar, right? So that applies no matter where a person is. Whether you're in Medina, whether you're in Mecca, you're in the most muqaddas place, or you are in Idar al-Kufr. For every person, this hijrah is necessary. So the Quran Kareem is saying, حَتَّى يُهَاجِرُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, that until they make hijrah and come back to Medina Munawwara, which would be a sign of their iman, then until then you do not take them as awliya. فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا, if they turn away, فَخُذُوهُمْ وَقْتُلُوهُمْ حَيْثُ وَجَدْتُمُوهُمْ. If they turn away, then you can deal with them as you would with any other people of hiraba. Hiraba meaning of hostility. Meaning in a state of war. Yani from Medina, between Medina Munawwara and Makkah Mukarramah, there was war. Right? The Quraysh would come to attack the Sahaba radiallahu anhum and the Muslimun, and they would not leave them at peace. So the Quran Kareem is making it very clear that if they go back to Makkah Mukarramah, they are now considered part of the warring nation as well. So now you will deal with them as you deal with other enemies. فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا فَخُذُوهُمْ وَقُتُلُوهُمْ حَيْثُ وَجَدْتُمُوهُمْ. You will kill them wherever you find them. Why? Because they are warring. So this ayah should not be taken out of context, as some ignorant people or some who try to cause fitna and corruption, they say the Quran says to kill people wherever they are found. And it's in a context. The context is that these people, they went back to Makkah Mukarramah. At that time there was no Fathu Makkah. Makkah was under the hands of the enemy of Quraysh, and they were warring. They were coming in attacking. So if someone comes to attack you and they're from that nation, obviously you're not going to wait for them. Right? It's the same. There is a war between these two places. وَلَا تَتَّخِذُوا مِنْهُمْ وَلِيًّا وَلَا نَصِيرًا. Do not take any friend or assistant from them. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ يَصِلُونَ إِلَىٰ قَوْمٍ بَيْنَكُمْ وَبَيْنَهُمْ مِيثَاقٌ. These are some ahkam of jihad which are being mentioned. That if the murtaddeen, those that become renegade, they leave and they join a nation or a people between whom you and there is a pact between you. Yani between that nation and between the Muslims, there is a pact that we will not attack you and you will not attack us. So if they go and join such a nation, there's a treaty between you. Now they are considered part of that nation, and you will not kill them. أَوْ جَاءُوكُمْ. That's one scenario. The second scenario is that they are from a nation who they are not allies per se. The first one was about allies, right? That they are not from your allies. The second is that they are neither allies nor are they foe. Meaning they have an agreement that they will not attack you, and if you need assistance, they will not assist you. So they're not allies, but they are a neutral party, you can say. So if they join a neutral party, then also you cannot kill them. أَوْ جَاءُوكُمْ حَصِرَتْ صُدُورُهُمْ مَنْ يُقَاتِلُوكُمْ أَوْ يُقَاتِلُوا قَوْمَهُمْ. Meaning they do not desire fighting you. وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَسَلَّطَهُمْ عَلَيْكُمْ فَلَقَاتَلُوكُمْ. Meaning, if you do not uphold these ahkam, these commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, very soon it is possible that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give them reign over you. فإن اعتزلوكم فلم يقاتلوكم وألقوا إليكم السلام فما جعل الله لكم عليهم سبيلا. If they leave you and they do not fight and they give treaty towards you, وألقوا إليكم السلام. There's two tafsirs of this. Either salam means peace or salam means Islam. ألقوا إليكم السلام. If salam means Islam, then that's obvious that they have accepted Islam, then obviously you do not fight with them. The other is that they give you a treaty, that they are offering a peace agreement between you. So this was at that stage where jihad was only permissible during as a means of defense. Right? Jihad went through different stages. One was that when the Sahaba anhum Rasul were in Mecca Mukarramah, there was no fighting at all. Even if they wanted to, they wouldn't. Once Hijrah was made towards Medina Munawwara, defensive fighting and jihad was allowed. So this ayah is during that time. That if any time they say that we will sign a peace treaty, then you must accept. This ayah becomes mansukh and abrogated by the ayat of Surah Tawbah, فَاقْتُلُوا الْمُشْرِكِينَ حَيْثُ وَجَدْتُمُوهُم. Right? So now the command is for al-jihadu madin. The jihad is continuous, and the Darul Islam does not need to accept every peace treaty. Meaning, if the country sees that, if the Darul Islam sees that khair and goodness is not in signing this treaty, then they do not have to. Just like any other country in the world, that where they see that treaties they could make and it's to their benefit, they do so. And when they see that it's not to their benefit, they do not do so. سَتَجِدُونَ آخَرِينَ يُرِيدُونَ أَن يَأْمَنُوكُمْ وَيَأْمَنُوا قَوْمَهُم. There is another group of people that they would come, when they come to Muslims and to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Sahaba in Medina, they would expose Islam. So they feel that they are safe now from the Muslims. When they go to the Quraysh, for example, they show that they are mushriks and they believe in polytheism like them. So they feel that they are safe. Yani they play two faces. With these people, they show they're believers. When they go back, they show they're disbelievers. So how do you deal with such people? كُلَّمَا رُدُّوا إِلَى الْفِتْنَةِ وَرْكِسُوا فِيهَا. That every time they are returned to fitna meaning shirk over here, أُرْكِسُوا فِيهَا, they are rejected back into it. Yani Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throws them back into it. فَإِن لَمْ يَعْتَزِلُوكُمْ وَيُلْقُوا إِلَيْكُمُ السَّلَمَ وَيَكُفُّوا أَيْدِيَهُمْ فَخُذُوهُمْ وَاقْتُلُوهُم حَيْثُ ثَقِفْتُمُوهُم. That because they're just playing this type of game, then you do not need to take them seriously, so to say. That they will be treated as people of warfare as well. وَأُولَٰئِكُمْ جَعَلْنَا لَكُمْ عَلَيْهِمْ سُلْطَانًا مُبِينًا. And those people, we have made for you a proof against them. Meaning that the fact that they are playing this game is just a game that they're playing, that they show that they are believers with you over here. When they go over there, they show animosity. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed for you to fight such people. We make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us understanding the Quran.